Hello and welcome to the Mighty Duck Podcast, your home of game and movie news. I'm Kevin Tarn, and this week I'm joined by...
Sean.
Scott.
Jan.
So guys, let's start this podcast with the usual. What have you been playing and what have you been watching this week? And let's kick it off with Scott.
Okay, so this week, like Sean, I have watched the finale of Parks and Recreation, and it was an emotional joyride and probably the best ending to a TV comedy I have seen ever. Yeah, it's a lot better than Friends anyway.
I'd say so.
It's one of the best shows on TV. Well, was one of the best shows on TV. Like, the characters were all great, and then some of them left, but then more of them came, and then it was just a heartwarming finale. And, like, Andy is possibly one of the best characters in TV history. Do you not agree, Sean? Come on.
Yeah, it's amazing. Did you see the FBI tweeted him?
Did they? Oh my god.
Yeah,
Bert Macklin.
It was hilarious, yeah.
Bert Macklin will be missed. Although, the best part about that finale has to be the Halloween trick-or-treater. That was Star-Lord. That was brilliant.
It was pretty awesome. Like I said, I'm sad to see it go, but it was it was one of the best comedies ever.
Go out while it's on top, rather than end up being like How I Met Your Mother or just other terrible comedy shows that should have ended way before. But this went out when it was on top, and it's just going to be sad to see them go because they're all Leslie Knope, Ben Wyatt. I'm going to miss them. I'm going to miss them all. But in terms of what I've been playing, I've just been playing some more Halo Master Chief Collection and some more Sniper Elite 3, but that's about it. Oh, Monster Hunter, obviously, guys. The Monster Hunter update is I'm now at 90 hours, I think.
Jesus, man.
So,
you're addicted to that game.
I'm only just a little bit addicted, maybe.
Only 50 hours in a week.
I know, it's not healthy, but, you know, what else am I going to do at college? Work.
Exactly.
Well, what about you, Sean? What you been playing? What you been watching?
Unfortunately, I've been playing Rogue Legacy, so I was pretty much hooked on it when it came out on the PC, and now it's free on PS4. I must have sunk about 60 hours into it over the last 2 weeks. I'm trying to get the platinum, but the platinum looks like it's going to be ridiculously crazy. All the trophies are easy to get apart from the last one. You've got to do the game in no more than 15 runs, so you can only die 15 times, and you've got to complete the whole game. And it's because it's procedurally generated, you've got no real control over it. So yeah, that's gonna be a really difficult one to plan, I reckon. And then TV wise, I've watched House of Cards season 3. I finished it in about a day.
Wow, that must have been a bit of a session.
It was, but it's such a good show. I know it's not an original show. I mean, obviously Netflix have done a great job with Kevin Spacey and some other actors. But yeah, it was just a phenomenal season. And anyone that's not watched it, give season 1 a watch. I mean, it's very heavy on politics, so it may not be your bag, but it's just such a good show to watch.
I still have to finish season 2.
Yeah, 2's amazing as well.
What about you, Johan? What you been watching? What you been playing?
I've been watching. I started watching previous week. I forgot to mention, but I saw the second episode today because I actually watched it on TV for the first time in forever. I watched True Detective.
Oh yeah, great show.
Is that good, that show?
Yeah,
that was amazing.
I mean, I think the first episode was pretty slow, but maybe it was just me. It took more or less the whole episode to really figure out what the show was all about. But I think it's a good show to only watch once a week, because if you would binge it, would get really filled up with it really fast, I think. So
yeah,
it's a good approach, so I like it. And I've been watching some anime too. I started watching Code Geass, or how it's pronounced, I don't really know. And it's like a anime about a dude who can if he watch someone's in the eye, he can control them. So he tries to take over the world more or less, and it's pretty crazy.
Sounds cool.
Oh, okay. As for me, what have I been doing? Been playing a bit of Dirt 3 on my PC. I've not played that in a long time, so I thought I'd give it a go again. Pretty good game, good rally game. It's quite old now, but it's a good game. And as for what I've been watching, I watched that Citizen 4 documentary, the one that won the best documentary Oscar.
Yeah, was it any good?
It's amazing. I can't recommend it enough. It's so tense. It's such a good documentary. It's better than most thrillers. It's amazing.
Citizen 4 was it called, did you say?
Yeah, Citizen 4. It's basically about when they first made contact with Edward Snowden. He was doing it through secure emails, And
Right.
eventually they met up with him in Hong Kong, and it's like the days following that, him revealing all the secrets from the US government, how
Oh,
they
wow,
do
that sounds
things.
good.
It's an amazing documentary. It's probably one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, the Snowden story is fascinating as a whole anyway.
Yeah. Is it available to like stream or is it available to download or?
It's available to download.
Right, cool.
I recommend it. If you haven't seen it, watch it, and you'll never think of Google in the same way again.
Right.
Google.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah. You wait, mate.
juicy.
Every single company you've heard of on the internet has a stake in this.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But anyway, let's move on. So, it's time for the download.
The download.
What is the download, you might be asking? Well, it's where we discuss some of the top gaming news stories of the week. And our first bit of news. It was released last week that Batman Arkham Knight has been rated M for mature. Is this a good thing? Will it affect sales? What's your thoughts, guys? And let's start with Sean.
I definitely think it's a good thing. I mean, from what I've read so far, it's the fact they want to like keep the integrity of the vision alive. So rather than like making cutbacks to fit a broader market, they want to keep it the way they want it to be. So I think from an integrity standpoint, it's really good. But obviously, it's going to hurt them in terms of sales. Obviously, it means that in Australia, it may never see the day of light because it's very strict over there, and it may just have a bit of a niche market in certain areas. But it's still going to do very well, and I think it's good from an integrity standpoint.
Yeah. How is it like? How strict are they with like ratings in the UK? Because I've never seen anyone like get stopped. I mean, I bought like 18. Like we have age rating, so 18 games. 18. Then I bought like those games when I was like 10 almost, and you know they didn't mind. Like they don't care. Yeah, okay.
I mean, over here, like the rating system is more of a guide, though, isn't it? The ERCB, was it? Oh, no, it's the PEGI, isn't it, over here?
Yeah, Peggy.
And it's more of a guide, isn't it, than an actual like.
They do enforce it though, because I've worked
Yeah.
in shops that have sold games before, and I'm always told if someone looks under 18, then
Yeah.
ID 'em.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's enforced, but that does, like, nothing can stop the parent from coming to the desk. Like, you know, it's not for them, but you can't say to the adult, "No, we can't serve you this because this is for your kid." You have to like if the adult serves you, like if the adult brings the game to the desk, you have to buy him it anyway. Like Call of Duty, a mum comes in with a 6-year-old kid. The mum gives you the game. Obviously, it's for the kid, but you know you have to serve the mum.
And that's the whole reason I think that the M rating won't affect sales, because people who want it's like Grand Theft Auto 5. Did that affect sales? No, exactly. If a kid wants it, the parents are going to buy it for him.
You see, this is where my standpoint is, because like Arkham Asylum, pretty much it was amazing, but in terms of sales, like I don't think it blew any waters out the way, did it? Like everyone knew it was a good game, but then because everyone played Arkham Asylum, City was just this massive hit. Like because everyone had played Arkham Asylum, was knowing about it. Everyone who was interested in City was like buzzing about it. Then Origins kind of didn't do as well as City, because it went rock. Like there was a lot against Origins, obviously, and then it came out that it was broken. But City is the final part of a trilogy. Like look at Dark Knight Rises. Like in terms of if we're talking about the movies, Dark Knight Rises did the best, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and it's just like this has so much hype behind it. There's so much weighted expectation. Like the thing is, like, say because in the UK, an M rating is an R rating, sorry, is a 18. Batman Arkham City was a 15. But that was 3 years ago. 3 years from then is 18. Like if you get what I mean, the game is maturing with the audience.
Yeah, it's
so
very true.
whoever
Yeah.
bought Arkham City can buy Arkham Knight when it comes out. Like that's not a problem. And like you guys said, if the demand is there, like that, no one's gonna stop. No parent in their right but like will think, oh, Batman's got an 18 on it. No, people are just gonna think, oh, it's Batman. The saw Dark Knight Rises. There's some pretty grim stuff in there. I mean, Joker puts a pencil in someone's head. So, like, just because there's that 18, like, what do we think's caused that rating? Like,
From what I
does anyone
understand,
have
they
an
want to go
idea?
out with a bang. They want to, the storyline's very dark, and it's a case of like, the villains are very desperate to get Batman, and they're willing to literally do anything it takes to get him. And so it's a bit of like a story about desperation, and I think it's going to be just a very dark story.
I also think the reason they've done it is because they know they've got an audience for the game. So they're
Yeah.
not worried about ratings and stuff like that, because they know if you want the game, you're going to get it no matter the rating.
Yeah.
And they thought, why the hell not just make it an M, make it graphic, make it, what they want it to be, and people will buy it anyway.
Yeah.
It's not as if it's coming out as a new IP. Basically, it's not a new IP. There's no risk of it failing.
That's true. If it had been a new IP, it'd been a different story. I mean, looking at an article I'm reading at the moment, though, they're basically saying that it was basically only just an M-rated game, and that it was very borderline.
All right, okay.
I mean, there's some games like that get 18 ratings or M ratings that probably don't deserve them. Like, I guess it's more to do like because the way we see films now, like, and forget video games, is different to how it was rated back when. Like, say, like look at Halo 1.
Yeah.
And stuff like the rating systems are really hard because it's to do with the times that they come out. So we could like jump 5 years in the future. We can look back at Arkham Knight and be like, yeah, that shouldn't have got an M rating. Yeah, it was a bit dark, but it's all dependent. It's all substantial, and I think if it's only just an M rating, it can't be that brutal of a game anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it'll be brutal.
I think.
Go on, Johan.
I think that's very true, because I mean, I think it's about how great the games you got, because I mean, it's like when the Bond games, the James Bond games came out on like the N64. I remember I got the first console, and I wasn't allowed to like play it from my parents because it was like high rated and like shooting game or whatever. And then later when I played it, it was pretty ridiculous. Just thinking back, how it was M-rated. But I think it's because that was the most violent thing they got, like except for Mortal Kombat maybe. But so I mean it was like the highest on the scale, right? But
Yeah.
so in today's I mean, I think it will only the scale will only get broadened more, and people will just accept it less. It's like movies, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, one thing you got to bear in mind as well, though, is that because like graphics are getting really good, things that you did before like probably didn't look as violent because the graphics weren't that good. So
Yeah, that's what I was
I
going
think
to say.
graphics play a part in it. The fact that it's more realistic. If you're doing the same things but in a more realistic environment, things are going to look more violent and therefore look more graphic.
I was going to say, on the old James Bond games, graphic was a bit red on screen.
Yeah.
wasn't it? A bit of red.
That was it. Yeah, to catch him.
Oh, I mean, it still is in Call of Duty, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get shot, you get jammed on your screen. Now, my point, like, it might get an M rating in America. What's it stopping getting a 16 here? It might not even be an 18 here. It could be a 16 rated game for us.
It's very true.
Because I can't see it being an 8. There's something about Batman getting a hard 18. I just don't see it happening. I just don't. I mean, if Call of Duty Ghosts got a 16, like, yeah, Call of Duty Ghosts was a 16 here, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. It won an 18, wasn't
Call
it?
of Duty?
I'm pretty sure Call of Duty Ghosts was a 16 when it came out.
Well, I've got Call of Duty next to me, and they're all 18s.
Ghosts?
I haven't got Ghosts, that's the one I haven't got.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Call of Duty Ghosts was a 16 in the UK.
Oh, okay.
According to game, it's an 18, but I don't know if that's like a definitive answer. But looking at games,
Yeah,
box
no,
art,
if you
it's
go
an
to
18,
Amazon, it's a
like
16.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Call of Duty Ghost is a 16 at Amazon.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Batman. Sorry, if you're looking at Batman Arkham Knight
Right,
game, it's got an 18 logo, but I don't know if that's like a definitive.
Is the TBC on the 18?
Nope.
Oh. Who knows then? Who knows? It just seems weird to have an 18 rated Batman game. But anyway, moving on, Kev.
Yep, moving on. So, our next story. Lionhead Studios, creators of the Fable series, announced that Fable Legends will be free to play. They posted an article to the website which read, "You'll be able to play Fable Legends from beginning to end without spending a penny. That means you'll have access to the entirety of Fable Legends storyline and all of the quests we release this year and forever." So guys, do you think this is a good move for Lionhead and ultimately the Fable series?
Yes. Like undoubtedly yes. Like, the fact is, we look at what Microsoft has done with free-to-play, and there hasn't been an intrusive free-to-play game they've released. Killer Instinct is the perfect free-to-play model for a fighting game. Like, I don't care what you say, fighting games should go the way Killer Instinct is doing it. Like, being able to pick your fighters you want, they're all balanced, and you say you only pay £4 for a character. That's amazing. Like, because if you only made one character, why do you have to pay 50 quid For when you play one character, you can pay £5 or £4.
I never thought of it like that. That's actually really true.
That's what I love about Killer Instinct. Project Spark, sorry, amazing game. Like, it's an amazing creation tool, more than a game. But that's not an intrusive game. Like, yeah, you have some stuff that you have to buy for bigger stuff, but that's if you want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, the game gives you enough tools that you can create a fairly impressive piece of work. And so I think with this is going to be like, not MOBA-esque, but whereas I see it as, if this came out at full retail price, it wouldn't garner the attention, or like people could just like £50 for a Fable game that isn't a Fable game.
Yeah.
It's new, it's risky, it's an asymmetrical game where you need 5 people basically. So it's like, if you're paying £50 for that, you're not going to have that core install base you need for this type of game. Look at Evolve. Like, I still stand by Evolve should be a free to play game, but so this comes out free to play. You have the guy who can play the Dungeon Master, you have your 4 heroes, anyone can play that, and that's what they're saying. But the extra content and the customization is where you pay, which is the same as a MOBA, which is perfect. I mean, if they release new characters, if they're balanced correctly, I don't have a problem paying £4 or £5 for a new character that I want to play, as long as you can trial it. Which they said, I think if they do that, all they have to do is swap a character out for a week or 2 weeks, which is perfectly fine.
Well, there wasn't much hype before, was there, for this game? And I think this is going to add some much needed hype to the game. Free to play games tend to get a bit more attention, I think.
There's no risk. There's no risk. You download it, you don't like it, you've lost nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to spend money. They're not forcing you to spend money on it. So it's a win-win for Microsoft, and I think it's exactly what this game needed to survive.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I mean, I think that the franchise on it as a whole has really gone downhill. I think people are kind of losing interest in the Fable franchise. So I think, like you say, more people now are going to give this game a go, even if they're not interested in the franchise that much, just to see what it's like. And I think they probably will make a lot more money from the microtransactions than they would do if they'd have retailed it at say £50, because I think you'd have seen sales being quite low. Whereas now you might get a much broader audience willing to spend maybe a couple of pounds here, a couple of pounds there, and it all adds up.
I'm just glad they're trying different pay models out.
Yeah.
It's like, there's nothing worse than just having one price point for games, because like we've talked about before, but games try and make that price point up in the products, and they end up putting stuff in it you don't really want.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm just glad that they've had, excuse my French, the balls to make this decision. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there was an interesting article, a video the other day on Jim Sterling's podcast on his YouTube channel, and basically his argument was the same about there's no one willing to take the risk to actually release a game at say £40 with less content, which people would probably prefer. So, for example, The Order, that would come out at say £40 rather than £60, something like that, or maybe even £30. That potentially would have sold so many copies, but they've got this idea in their head they've got to sell the game at £60 or £50, whatever it is in the UK at the moment, and that's just way too much for most games, like I say. And then companies cram things in that we don't want to try to justify the price of the game. Like Evolve will have all this DLC, but a lot of it's cosmetic, and people don't want cosmetic DLC
on a game that just spent £50 on.
Exactly. So I agree that if Evolve had been free to play, it would have been much, or say £20, buy the base pack at £20.
Yeah.
And then add on what you want, it would have made much more sense. But a lot of companies think that we're all willing to pay this price. But look at The Order. I mean, I reckon in say a week you'll be able to get it for less than £30, because people will buy it, complete it, trade it in. Yeah, exactly.
I am curious, how much these free-to-play games bring in each week. I'm really interested. I haven't looked at any numbers, but
well, yeah, I mean, I played Guild Wars 2 a lot. Now, Guild Wars 2 wasn't strictly free to play because you had to buy the disc. But once you bought the disc, the rest of the game was completely free. Now, I don't know the exact figures, but they were making a lot of money as an MMO, just from cosmetic stuff, and it wasn't forced on you. You bought if you wanted to do, and I used to spend maybe only £7 a month buying gems to buy in-game things. But I mean, they had a massive audience, and I heard that they're making a substantial amount of money to keep afloat as an MMO for servers and things, and that was all free to play.
It's amazing how much people are willing to pay for cosmetic stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I can't talk. I mean, there's the MOBA Smite, and the amount of money I put into that, I don't want to think about it. But
yeah,
the thing is, when a game has a fair model, you don't have a problem doing that. You don't have a problem supporting the game. Like Smite, for £22-23, you can get all the characters that are in the game and every upcoming character. Like that's it. You pay £22 and you get every character ever, which is more than fair. I mean, look at League of Legends. You have to buy each of those characters individually, so that can rocket your money. And there's 117 plus characters in League of Legends. So with Smite, like that was great. And then they keep releasing these nice skins, like the Portal skin, and so then you're just like, I have to buy that. So it is weird. Cosmetics do weird things to weird people.
I mean, I
Not
think it's
saying
different. I think it depends on the type of game, though. I think because like when you play, like I've played MMOs before, and I think that when you invest so much time in staring at like one character, it's nice to change things around, like cosmetically. So I think it's just a nice thing to do because you invest so much time into that one little sprite on the screen.
Yeah,
it makes sense to do things like that.
I don't feel like that's really been a thing for me. I mean, I even played like through whole GTA, maybe like the whole campaign. So maybe it took me like 13 hours, and I didn't change anything on any characters.
Yeah, but is it GTA? Like you paid for GTA though?
Yeah, but I just mean like the cosmetic stuff. I mean, I could have changed like everything if I wanted to, but I don't know. I don't see the appeal really of it.
I'm the opposite. I'm like on GTA, I change my clothes, my car colour, like regularly. So if that was a free-to-play model, I'm sure I'd have spent a ton of money on that as well.
So just to round off this point about free-to-play, just because it's free-to-play doesn't mean it's not going to get a priced retail release anyway. Microsoft have done it with Killer Instinct. They've done it with Project Spark. So maybe 2 weeks down the lane or joining in with it, you'll see a £30 boxed game, which gives you these costumes that are in the game anyway that you can buy.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so.
Well, look at Elder Scrolls is doing the same, isn't it? That's me game where you buy the box, but it's free to play. Exactly.
So like free to play doesn't mean it's like gonna kill the company. It's not a bad move. This is a good move, I think. And so yeah, that's what I saw. It's all good. It's all good, Microsoft.
So should we move on?
We shall indeed.
Yeah.
So you know what time it is then, Scott?
Yes.
The Quacking Quiz.
All it is 7 quick questions to you guys based on movies and games. So Sean, you familiar with the rules?
No, I am. I'm head in shame right now.
Right, all it is I'm going to read out a question, and the first person to shout out the answer gets a point.
Awesome.
So that's it basically.
Oh, okay.
Scott's the reigning champion for 2 weeks, so
Sweet.
he needs knocking off his perch.
Nope.
So you boys ready?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Right. Number 1. Who developed Skyrim?
Bethesda? No.
Yeah, I think that was Sean who got there first.
What? I said it like 5 seconds.
I think there's a delay because you're so far away, Johan. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think you're at such a disadvantage here.
Oh
Number 2.
God. Okay.
How many Police Academy films are there?
7.
Yeah, Scott.
Really? That was just bullshit.
Was that a random guess?
That was just a random guess.
Nice.
Wow. That was good.
I mean, no, I totally knew the answer to that.
Obviously, yeah, definitely.
Just pluck a number out there. So, number 3. What is the name of the character you play in the Order 1886?
Galahad.
Yep, Scott.
Too quick.
2-1-0.
Scott.
Come on, boys. You can't let him win it again.
I mean,
Number
I
4.
think next week you have to pass on the question making.
I'll do
Kevin.
the questions next week.
Yeah.
If I win. If I win.
Number 4. Who voiced Ellie in The Last of Us?
Ashley. I don't know her surname.
Isn't Ashley Johnson?
Isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh fuck! I knew. I was almost right. I need a half point for that.
So that's 2-2-0. No half points here.
Ah.
I can hear Johan trying to figure it out.
Get the cogs turning.
Isn't it the same person like who's in Game of Thrones? No. Which is
No.
me,
That's
like,
who's gonna
the
play her
little
in the
girl.
movie.
Okay.
Fuck, I can't remember. Arya
Okay.
Stark.
Okay. Oh, that's okay. That's the thing then.
Right. Number 5. You ready, boys? Which
Yep.
full-length film was Christopher Nolan's directing debut?
Prestige.
Nope.
Memento.
Nope.
Fuck, I don't know.
What did you say?
Any
What
ideas?
film?
Yeah,
What
which
film?
film is his debut?
But what
Nolan's
film? I haven't
debut.
heard the first first word.
Which
Christopher
full-length
Nolan.
film was Christopher Nolan's directing debut?
God damn it.
I don't know.
So it wasn't Insomnia, was
This is
it?
embarrassing.
No.
Um,
3,
I should,
2, 1.
Batman Begins?
No.
Ah,
It was the following. Or just following.
nah,
Oh,
not a
never
clue.
heard of it.
First film.
So where's Memento then? I'm sure
That was his second. That was the
Oh,
second
was it?
film he directed.
motherfucker.
Close. Good film as well.
Right, number 6. So what's the score? It's 2-2-0, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So number 6. What is the name of the AI in Halo?
Cortana.
Yep, Scott.
Is that true?
3-2. So number 7 comes down to this. What came first?
The chicken.
Sony PlayStation or Nintendo 64?
Nintendo
PlayStation
64?
64.
Yes, PlayStation. Sean's
Oh, wow.
right.
Ah,
Okay, we need a
It's
tiebreak.
3-3. I haven't got a tiebreak question. Right, hang on, I'll come up with one.
Yeah.
Oh, this is intense. This is intense. Don't do this to me.
So your tiebreaker question.
Mhm.
What year did Spec Ops: The Line come out?
2009?
No.
2007?
No.
2010?
No.
2008?
2008.
No.
2011?
2013.
2012?
Yep. Scott.
Oh, damn it.
Got it.
He's a champion again.
I don't
I
feel like that wasn't a justified victory. If I was just guessing. But well played, Sean, and well played,
It was
Johan.
close. It was closer than I thought it'd be.
G-
Scott's a bit of a quiz king.
Yeah.
All right.
seems-
Only when it comes to video games and movies, God.
Jeez.
I mean,
I'm
I have
useless
to
at
just
pub quiz.
defend myself a bit because I really don't care like about directors and stuff. I know it should kind of like
Excuses.
interest me, but
Mhm.
I don't care. I mean, it's like I watched the movie. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's a bad movie. It's a bad movie, right?
Yeah, fair. But the art
know.
of filmmaking, Johan. The art of filmmaking is so much more.
Yeah,
than that.
but I mean, doesn't mean I have to know everyone. It just means that I
No,
have to
you're right, it
understand that
doesn't.
they're there.
No, you're right. I used to be the same way. I used to not really care, but then I got into the movie scene a bit more, finding out about them, how they work and stuff, and that's when I started learning
It
my
just
directors
clicks.
and stuff. Yeah.
It just clicks. Like if you get into it, you just want to know. Like I mean, I have 3 books on the art of. I have the Art of Pacific Rim, the making of book, the Avengers one, and the Iron Man 3 one. It's just they're these massive books that just go behind the scenes and stuff, and they're amazing. They're about £30 when they come out. Like if you can, I'll show you. I'll send you some links after the show. But
Awesome.
there's some. It's just so insightful. So insightful.
So yeah, talking about directors and movies.
Of
Good
course,
segue.
yes. Leonardo DiCaprio signed for his next project, apparently, which is based on a real life story, and he's going to be playing 24 different personas, which is just mind blowing. And I think this is him going for an Oscar, isn't it? Really, let's face it. 24 performances in one film.
That's like Oscar overkill. That's like I'm just so curious how he's going to pull this off. If he's going to show every single personality in that film, and like what's going to make them distinct from one another? Because I read the description; it said they're distinct personalities. So I want to know how they're going to work that into the movie.
Well,
Yeah,
like
it's
let's
gonna be
take a look at his past works. I mean, Shutter Island. He's a spoilers. Shutter Island. He's the it was him who murdered his wife like all the time. Like
Yeah.
it's so he's playing 2 different characters there. He thinks he's a detective when he's not. And then obviously in Wolf of Wall Street we see him going from this hard-working guy to a guy who's look, I've got it all, to I'm a fallen hero in my own eyes. And then there's some different ranges. The guy has the acting chops to do it. Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no denying.
Yeah.
and from like he plays different characters in his movies, evidently. So it's like, can he do 24? If the right director's attached, then definitely. If he was under Martin Scorsese, I'd be like, yeah, this.
He's short on
But I mean,
Yeah,
how do we even like make him look like distinctly different for like 24?
I don't think they're going to do
People, I
looking
mean-
different. I think the personality just changes. So like 1 second he'll be this nice guy, next second he'll turn into like a maniac.
So
or
it's
a
like
crazy
he's
man
like
then.
so he's like mental.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
The whole
Little
film.
bit.
Okay.
No, Johan, Johan, it's completely novel.
We've all got 24 personalities.
Oh.
haven't
Didn't
we?
you know?
It's one for every hour of the day.
Okay.
And then some.
Yeah.
Do you think that's how the film could work? Every hour of the film progressively
It's
changes
not-
his mental state.
When the clock ticks over, he changes character.
I think
Yeah.
it'll definitely be how he bounces off a different character. Like
Mm.
his supporting cast has to be there.
Yeah.
Like, and it's gonna be in his facial expressions. I think he can do it. I think.
What,
And if
what
he
was
pulls it off, sorry.
what was the film with Edward Norton where he
Oh,
fakes
yeah.
the personality change?
Oh,
God, what was that movie?
Ed
is that-
Norton. I don't
oh, which
know.
one's the one in the hotel though, where it's got like 7? Is that Edward Norton? Where he like?
No, I'm
killed-
thinking of one where like he's a choir boy or something,
Yeah.
and,
No.
and he kills the priest, and
Yeah.
he pretends that he's got a separate personality. But the flip when he does his personality is amazing. I just hope DiCaprio could do something like that.
Yeah, because there's another film as well where it's like set at a hotel where these guys are all like stranded and they all start getting murdered. And what you actually realise at the end of the film is that each person that gets killed is one of his personalities.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And I'm trying to think of who was in that because that was really good.
Have you also heard the film that's coming out with Chris Pratt? I think it's Chris Pratt called. I think it's Ninja Viking
Yes.
Cowboy.
Yes. Oh my god, I cannot wait for that.
Oh, that film sounds
That
amazing.
sums up Chris Pratt's personality
Yeah.
in a nutshell. Chris Pratt is just God.
It's amazing.
No, seriously, if you see him in Parks and Recreation, he has all these personas and everything. So, I just that kind of movie just sums up Chris Pratt. I mean, he's Star-Lord, he's lovable. It's Chris Pratt could pull off any like that kind of role where it's just that's so far out there.
Mm.
That's what Chris Pratt should be doing. Since we're talking about Chris Pratt, what do you guys think of him playing Indiana Jones if this comes to fruition?
I think I've said this before on the podcast, but I'm not a fan of the Indiana Jones films.
It's like, I don't know, because like I think he's maybe doing a bit too much. Like he's doing a lot of like iconic things right now. He's going to do Indiana Jones potentially, Jurassic Park. I don't know. I mean, like I think it fit the role really well, but I'd want it to be like still quite serious because that's how I like Indiana Jones. Like not overly serious, but it's like action. It's like the action bits are a bit cheesy in the films. I don't know. I think it'd do okay as Indiana Jones.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right on top of it there, where he's got in too many roles, too many iconic roles. Because you can. I don't know about you guys, but I tend to grow bored of an actor if I start seeing him in everything.
Yeah, then it was like saturation point where they're in too much. I mean, like Jennifer Lawrence, for example. I mean, she's doing really well
Yeah.
for herself, but she's literally in every other film now, and it's like, oh,
People
No.
say that, but is she really? I've only seen her in the Hunger Games.
yeah, she's been
recently.
in all sorts. Like, was it the Dallas Buyers Club,
Oh, I've not seen.
Hunger Games? She's been
Hunger's
in quite
Games.
a lot.
Hunger Games,
That's a
and
new
the
one now.
Hunger Games.
And then she was in X-Men.
Oh yeah, of course she was. Yeah,
Yeah,
The thing with Jennifer Lawrence is I'm just tired of everyone just going on about it. It's like, yeah, she's good. That's it. Like, not to discredit her or anything.
She's
She's
a bit overrated though.
she's just good. Like, there's some terrible films out there with her in, and there was that one big one that was recent. I can't remember what it was called for the life of me, but it's a terrible movie apparently, and she's not great in it at all.
Which film's that?
It's Serena, something like that. It's spelled Serena, and
Oh,
apparently,
yeah, I found it, Serena. Yeah.
yeah, it's just terrible apparently, and she wasn't that great in American Hustle either.
I mean,
didn't-
it's good that she plays like different roles, so she isn't like typecasted. She's playing lots of different roles and showing that she's got range. And obviously with this Serena film, she's in it with Bradley Cooper, which was in another film Bradley Cooper a few years ago.
yeah,
called
Silver Linings Playbook,
yeah,
which was amazing.
which I've heard's really good. So it's good that she's showing she's
Yeah.
actually got a lot of talent to play different roles. But I think with some people, they reach saturation point really quickly. Like they're in so much that you just get, like I say, get bored of seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think just needs to be careful with Chris Pratt that they don't burn him out and put him in too much.
I think he's smart enough. I don't think he'll do too much. Like, I mean, he's still got. I don't see how he's got time for all this. I mean, he's got Guardians 2 that begins next year, like filming and stuff.
Yeah.
He's got. So, I mean, granted, Parks and Rec's over now, but he's Jurassic World. I mean, they'll probably reshoot some stuff for that. And then there's a film that he's meant to be doing called The Magnificent Seven.
Yep, that's our pre-production at the moment.
So who knows? Like I don't see how much more he could take on.
Yeah, and it's good that we stick around with Parks and Recreations because when a guy gets that big, you would kind of expect certain actors or actresses to actually leave a
Like-
lesser show in a way.
Like Steve Carell in The Office.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. Whereas he stuck around, which is really good. He wasn't in it all the time. He was like more of a guest actor, wasn't
I
he?
mean, that's what they did, didn't they? It was like, oh yeah, we're gone to London, and Chris Pratt stays, which is kind of funny because he was in
Yeah.
London filming Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah.
at Pinewood.
So it's good that he's like not like abandoned his roots, because obviously, you know, I mean, what did he do before Parks and Recs? Has he done anything other than like Parks and Recs and Guardians of the Galaxy?
I mean, it was in
quite
movie
big, or-
43.
It was in Wanted.
Oh, okay. I've not seen Wanted. Is that with Angelina Jolie?
Yeah,
I've
Wanted
heard
is
it's good.
great. James
Yeah.
McAvoy.
Mm-hmm.
Best scene in Wanted is that keyboard scene. Like, that sticks with me every time. Like, if someone just pisses you off, you just want to smack them over the head with a keyboard. They
Yeah.
do that in that film, and it spells out "fuck you," and it's brilliant.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, it's when he smacks him around the mouth, isn't
Yeah,
it?
just-
That's right with it. That's a great scene.
I love it
That is a good scene.
because everyone's
Actually-
felt like that with the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
I mean-
Magnificent Seven actually's got a pretty decent cast, and obviously it's a remake, isn't it, of the original cowboy film?
Mm. I
It's
mean,
got
we haven't had a good
Denzel's
western
in there
either.
as well. The one with Christian Bale was pretty good.
Was it
310
310
to
to
Yuma?
Yuma? But that was
Yeah.
that was a
That's an
while
amazing
ago
film.
though.
That's
Yeah.
That was a
amazing.
like that's what I mean. Like the last western film I can think of, and it ain't really a western, was the Cowboys and Aliens, and that was terrible. So
Didn't they who was in that remake of that film? I'm trying to think what it was called. Like
Russell Crowe was in 310 to Yuma.
yeah,
Is that the film you're thinking of?
yeah. And I'm thinking they've won. Didn't Johnny Depp do one that was really terrible? Like not a cowboy and Indian film, but he did like
Rango.
Was it
He
like
did
Halo
Rango.
Silver or something?
Lone Ranger.
Lone
Ranger.
Ranger. And
Ranger,
that
that's
apparently
right.
was terrible.
It was.
I didn't
Yeah.
see.
Terrible,
I saw that train CGI, and I was just like, no. And Johnny Depp being stupid. I'm just
Johnny
fed up
Depp
of it.
is on-
What's
Johnny-
what's happened to him? I mean, he was like,
He's in
wasn't he
so
like
many bad
good?
films nowadays.
Yeah, he's Mordecai. Jesus, that didn't even make like 4 million, I think, in
Did
America.
it not?
Do you know
No.
what though? I did find it kind of funny.
Yeah.
I did like it wasn't amazing, but I enjoyed Mordecai. I enjoyed
Oh really?
It.
I've not seen it,
enjoyed
but I've heard bad things about it though.
No, it's not great, but I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. It's
But
like
I
a
mean-
guilty pleasure.
His last like 6-7 films have all been like flops. I was excited about Transcendence, and Transcendence was terrible.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And then obviously like Lone Ranger, that was terrible. I mean Jump Street, obviously it was a cameo.
that
Yeah.
cameo is brilliant.
It is pretty cool though. But I mean like Pirates of the Caribbean, I mean come on, let's just like kill it with fire.
You see, I don't think that I like the fourth Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and there's something about pirates that I just really
Yeah.
love. Ever since Black Flag, I've just been like, we need more pirates in life. even if it was space pirates, Pirates 5 could go to
Yeah.
space, and I'd be like, Johnny Depp, you as Jack Sparrow is the one thing you can't get wrong.
Yeah.
So, Pirates 5, I'm willing to give it a shot before we slate off Johnny Depp. But I don't know how we got from Leonardo DiCaprio to Johnny Depp, but
No idea.
oh well. So Power Rangers, guys. Well, or Power / Rangers. Did anyone see this?
Yeah,
Oh,
before it got
yeah.
pulled it did, and then it went back up, didn't it?
Yeah. So is any one of you fans of Power Rangers, or was it before stroke after your time?
My hand's already up.
Go
me,
on,
me,
then.
me. Well, I was a massive fan. I mean, obviously, it's like that's part of my childhood. Was like
Mm.
just watching Power Rangers shows on TV after school. So yeah, I'm all for like a Power Rangers film, or some kind of like like fan made stuff. It's all pretty cool. It was very dark though.
Yeah, very dark. I mean, I get why Saban did it. Like, it was like, oh, we can't have this. This is brand. Like, if a kid come across this, to just be traumatized, and I get that. But the fact is that they had to they just took it down. And was like, yeah, no, screw you. We're taking this down. When obviously it's not trying to ape the franchise. It's its own thing. It's a fan film at the end of the day, and it was great. Just because it had professional talent, it was well shot, well directed. Like, that guy should be directing anything other than music videos. He needs to be directing movies, especially
Yeah.
action movies.
That Dirty Laundry one he did as well, which is like one of the best shorts I've ever seen.
Dirty Laundry was great, and so was Adventures in Journalism. I really enjoyed that as well. I don't know if you've seen that. Have you seen
No,
that?
I've not seen that one.
It's basically Venom, but it's so good. It's like a noir, and it's really good. I
Do you
reckon.
think the film was like released at a really like fitting time though? Because like the guy that played the White Power Ranger recently got charged with like stabbing somebody.
Did he?
No,
yeah,
it
like
won,
last week.
It wasn't the white one. It was the
was it
Red
now?
Ranger from Wild Force got charged with stabbing his roommate. But
yeah, with a sword. So I thought it was like really fitting time to release a video.
yeah, but and as well they've got the movie in the works, haven't they? So I get why they did it, but
yeah.
He's probably seen it and thought, "Oh my god,
they-
this is brilliant. My film looks terrible."
yeah.
taking it down.
Do they really have to have the same person like playing the red dude and then? the
Nah,
same person
basically
playing
it was
the yellow
a
dude?
post the Mighty Morphin series, and it was the cast Katie Sackhoff as the Pink Ranger, or was she? And then obviously, so they got some James Van Der Beek as the second Red Ranger, but he was only Red Ranger for a bit. So, but basically, it was after they've been Rangers, so it wasn't the same characters. Although they did
Okay.
approach Jason David Frank
Okay,
to
yeah.
be the Green Ranger, but he said no because it's too violent. He don't want to associate himself with a I get it. I get why he did it. I mean, he's a UFC
Yeah.
fighter, so it's kind of hypocritical.
It's
But
a
you
little
know,
bit, yeah, it's a bit of a contradiction, isn't it? Just a little bit.
I get why I don't want to
almost stabbed
associate
this
his
guy over there,
character.
I'll keep the shit out of this guy over here.
yeah. But then again, when he's in the ring, it's him, not his Green Power Ranger.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I get why he's done it, but either way, it was successful. People saw it, people loved it, people hated it. It's just the fact that in this day and age, fan films are getting taken down. It'd be one thing if they're trying to take money from it, like if they were like, "Oh yeah, we want money," but it's not. They were just like, "Here's this cool thing we've made." The guy who produced it, Adi Shikav or something, he produced Dread and stuff, so he put his own money into it, and so did the director. They're not trying to get money out of it. They're just like,
it's just
this
like
is
they
what
love the
we
show
wanna
so
make.
much. Yeah, let's do this and show that we respect the show.
exactly. So I don't get why. Like it's the same with game developers when they release a bad game and people review it and slate it. When they just try and take the reviews off YouTube, like they do with
Yeah.
Total Biscuit and Jim Sterling, it's never gonna work. You can't censor freedom of speech.
That's it.
It will only make it worse, really, for the people that.
Yeah.
Exactly. And now look,
Yes.
we've got it back up on the internet.
Then people pissed off, and then they'll post like 3 reviews on other
And also,
sites.
people
and
will start boycotting stuff
yeah.
because they want to make a stand against these sort of companies doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, look at like Evolve. I think
Yeah,
Evolve,
yeah.
didn't it? One of the guys started like slagging off IGN for the review and said we're going to pull ads from your website and things like that.
Really?
if the reviews
I didn't
go,
hear
yeah.
about this.
No,
It was
I
like
didn't
one
know
of the
that.
developers. It wasn't, like it was being built by 2 teams, wasn't it? It was like Turtle Rock and it was the guys over at Santa Monica.
I didn't.
It was one of the guys at Santa Monica that started like slagging off reviews and stuff.
Sony Santa Monica.
I don't know. I'm sure it was like one of the studios over at Santa Monica that helped with like some of the maps and stuff.
That's
But
weird.
it was
That
basically
is-
just on like Twitter, like slagging off reviews and stuff, saying we're going to pull ads from your website because obviously normally like ads running, coincide with releases.
Yeah.
There's on IGN, you have like Evolve ads when the game's coming out, etc., and they make money both ways. And it was just like someone, like through the Tyler Pram getting mad with the scores. But at the end of the day, if you make a bad game, then you're going to get a bad score.
Let's not talk about review scores. That's a topic for another week. But yeah, I just don't get censoring stuff like that. It's, I guess that just comes from a place where I've had it happen to me. Like I've done some Walking Dead videos, like music videos. Like, okay, yeah, it's a bit copyrighted, but I'm not trying to make money on it. I'm just trying to do a cool thing. And like, oh god, the amount of
Yeah.
legal shit. Like, so I didn't end up bothering in the end. I mean, I've still got the videos, and I could always just publish. I mean, looking back now, this was 4 or 5. Well, no, it wasn't 4 or 5 years ago. It was 2 or 3 years ago because it was when it was in season 2. Looking back on it, I was like, yeah, these are terrible. I'd never post them now anyway because I've progressed so much in my editing. But
Yeah.
back then, it was just like, I'm doing this for the fun. It's not to give away spoilers. It's not to show the episode. It's just here's a cool song. Here's some footage that I put together, and it goes well. And I actually think it makes a cool music video for a song that doesn't have a music video, and brand association for The Walking Dead. Put it up on YouTube. No, blocked 12 lad. It's like, what? Come on, it's not as if I'm making money. It's just fan projects. Fan projects shouldn't be shut down like this.
I'm just going to play devil's advocate for a second, but I suppose like these companies, they feel that people could get confused that these are legitimate projects of
that's
the
true.
actual company, and that it could affect like the way people see that brand. Like Power Rangers has been a kids brand up to now, and then someone sees that, a parent that, and then the movie comes out, they think,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not taking my kid to see that because it's too violent. Do you know what I mean?
I get that, but there's a point where it's like you've got to do. I know you shouldn't have to do research, but if you see that, it's like if you read the description of a video, why don't people do that? Like, it was in the description that this wasn't
fan-made.
anything to do with that. They shouldn't have, like, I mean, now they've got disclaimers up. Now you're right, they do have disclaimers on it. You have to sign into a YouTube account that's 18 rated to watch the video.
Yeah.
And on Vimeo, there's a disclaimer saying it's not affiliated with it and stuff. So, you're right, and they've signed documents with Saban so they can put it anywhere they want. But, like, the best part of this story is Facebook was the only place that had it and was just like, yeah, we're not going to take it down.
Oh, really? That's Facebook.
Cool. Although I don't agree with the X-rated version, which has boobs and stuff. That's just a bit too far removed from Power Rangers for me.
I mean, isn't it? YouTube, you can really. I mean, Facebook, you can really see like put any video on Facebook. I saw like someone get a cutthroat up on Facebook and like all this weird shit, like the worst I've ever seen. Like it's crazy. It was like a year ago, and I don't know how their filters work or anything, but that was like just came out of nowhere. Also, just like it really is horrible.
Speaking of horrible dismemberment, Aliens! So, Neil Blomkamp's obviously making the 5th entry into the Alien franchise if you don't count Prometheus, but it's a sequel to Aliens, which basically negates Alien 3 and 4. So yeah, and Hicks is back. Yay!
So we wanted to do it, well, Hicks.
So, which character is Hicks?
The one who gets deformed. Like, he's deformed in the second one.
Do you know what? I think I've not seen the second one. I think I've only seen
the second one's
well,
one
he's
of the best
deformed
ones.
in the concept art, basically. So, Corporal Hicks.
Game over, man. Game over.
It's game over. Game over, man.
That's the best. I love the best bit of the film.
But just is anyone else just excited that we're getting a new Alien film from a guy who can direct sci-fi?
I'm excited that Neil Blomkamp's doing it. Because I'm not really the biggest fan of Aliens. Like I say, I think I've only seen one, but anything he does, I'm interested in seeing because he's got this really good style of directing that I like. I mean, people didn't like Elysium, but I did. I liked it, and I'm looking forward to Chappie. And
District 9 was amazing.
Yeah, and Chappie looked really good.
Yeah, Chappie. People have been slating it off before it even comes out.
Really?
Saying, this is going to be everywhere I read.
That's what I don't get about it. Like, if you've seen the first trailer, it looks like a beautiful little.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of cute, and then you see the second trailer, and it's just like, okay, this is a lot more interesting than I first thought. I mean,
yeah,
it's gonna do something. Like, the thing about Neil Blomkamp is the guy knows how to direct things that aren't there, which is perfect for an Alien movie. Like,
yeah, true. Like there's the tension and things like that. Like
exactly.
That's the thing with Alien, isn't it? Like the game, you didn't see the Alien very much because it's all about tension and building tension.
And even if they do an action orientated one, the guy knows how to make a scene look good. I mean, the fight scene in Elysium where it's just him and the Matt Damon and Chiwetel Copley just fighting on that little balcony thing and with the beautiful backdrop and them just fighting in their power suits. Just imagine that in Alien with like maybe Ripley and Hicks back to back, just aliens.
Well, isn't Ripley some sort of cross breed or something?
Yeah, from the concept art. We don't know what's happening with it. I mean, we don't know when it's coming out, but the fact is Hicks is on board, Sigourney Weaver is on board, I'm on board, Neil Blomkamp's on board. Aliens 5, Aliens 2, whatever they call it. It's just going to be good, I think. Like, this is a recipe for success. I mean, I like the fourth one. I hate the third one. So, like, a lot of people just don't like the third and fourth one anyway. But I feel like this is the Alien movie we deserve. And I think it's the one we're going to get. Because Prometheus, as much as it did cool things, okay, it only tied slightly to the Alien franchise. It wasn't an Alien movie. Everyone was expecting an Alien prequel, and it wasn't. And then the second Prometheus movie might be, but who cares? I just want a sequel to Aliens with Sigourney Weaver and Hicks.
I don't think. Yeah. But in like the ending scene of Prometheus, you see an alien, right?
Well,
it's
sort of an alien, but it's not.
Yeah.
Xenomorph.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Yeah. Okay. So are they gonna have aliens? Do you think they're gonna have aliens in like the second prequel then? Prometheus 2.
It's so weird saying that, isn't it?
Because
it's like they're trying to do a Star Wars thing, but
I don't know, because they can't really have like white people monster things again.
Who knows what they're gonna? Who knows what Ridley Scott's thinking? Just because I don't think he knows, to be honest.
No, I don't think he does either. No.
But yeah, Neil Blomkamp's the perfect guy to do this movie, I think, and it shows. Because I mean, like Halo Landfall was really good, and that was super low budget. So they don't have to give him a massive budget as long as it's an 18 rated movie, I think.
Yeah, I mean it'd be a disaster if it did what RoboCop did a few years ago. and films like that when they tone them down and they're not.
You see,
You know,
I
it just doesn't
don't
make
think the
sense, does it?
RoboCop movie was that bad. I actually kind of enjoyed it.
It was okay, but I think some films nowadays, like, they want to appeal to a mass audience.
Mass
rather than
audience,
actually
yeah.
appeal to, like, either the old fans of the film, the original film, or, you know, new audiences. And I think it just, like, it spoils some films. Like, look look where Die Hard's gone.
Duh.
It's dead to me as Die Hard.
That
now.
Die Hard was the worst film I've seen in a long
It
time.
And it
Yeah,
also
so
starred
bad.
Jai
I
Courtney.
was so disappointed at the end of that. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of. I even like number 4. I
I
wasn't
don't
apologising
I
for
don't
number
mind
4.
4. I
like
can
number
watch
4.
it.
But when I watched number 5, I just had my head in my hands the whole
I didn't
time.
finish it. I like watched about an hour and then turned it off.
Yeah, my friend Alex and Beth just walked out the cinema. Like,
Really?
granted, they were fans of Die Hard and they wanted to go and see Perfect Beast or whatever the fuck it was called. Like, we saw 2 bad films that day. It was not a good day for cinema. But
Nice.
yeah, Die Hard 5 was just just
Not good.
why did it happen like that? I mean, I think it's killed Die Hard off. They're not going to make another one. Surely they were.
Not a chance. Bruce Willis phoned in that performance so
Yeah.
bad.
It was
just a terrible
not
film.
John McClane in that film. He was
It
not
was
John
Bruce
McClane.
Willis. She was watching Bruce Willis, not John McClane.
Yeah, which is a real shame from
Yeah,
one of the
definitely.
staples of action movies in general. So,
So,
yeah.
shall we move on?
Yeah.
So what's
Yeah,
coming out this week,
definitely.
Kev?
So, this week, games being released. We have Ollie Ollie 2, Welcome to Hollywood, which is like the greatest name I've ever heard. That's coming to Vita and PS4. We've got White Knight for the Xbox One. We've got Cooking Mama and Gardening Mama for the 3DS.
Nice.
Cooking up, mama.
We've got Motorcycle Club, which I have no idea what that is. That's for 360, PS3, PS4 and PC. We've got Scream Ride, and that's coming for Xbox One and Xbox 360.
Is it on PC either? I thought it was.
I don't believe so, no.
Oh.
It's, if you know what Scream Ride is, it's a sadist version of Theme Park. So, if you're a sadist, you'll love it.
There's a demo so you can check it out for free, guys. Yay, demos. Does anyone remember what a demo was?
And I was just thinking that, like, the other day I looked online, like, where are the demos?
Yeah. Carry on.
So, also this week we've got, I don't know how to pronounce this, the Arland Atelier trilogy. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. That's on PS3. And we have Zombie Army Trilogy, which is PC, PS4 and Xbox One.
Now, Kev, me and you, both Sniper Elite fans here.
Yep.
You're picking this up, right?
What's that? Zombie Army
Yeah.
Trilogy?
Oh, crap, you don't have a next-gen console.
No, I don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
There goes your dreams down in flames.
Because I need someone to play it with me. But yeah, I'm
It's a
definitely
great game.
picking this up. Zombies, check. Nazis, check. Zombie Hitler, check.
Awesome.
I just, 3 games in one, guys. 3 games in one. Can't go wrong with it. Pick it up. This is the game you should pick up this week.
So, onto the movies being released this week. We have Chappie,
Yay.
which I really, really, really want to see.
Yeah.
And it's also
Um,
directed by Neil Blomkamp.
Absolutely. And we've also got Still Alice coming out, which is the Julianne Moore, was it? Julianne Moore that won Best Actress for it?
Yep.
For that film.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've also got Kill the Messenger. I don't know what that is. And we have a film called Unfinished Business, which has got Vince Vaughn.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
yeah, I've seen the trailer for that. It looks really good.
Yeah.
There's a Red Brand trailer. It looks quite, it looks really, really funny. But I think it's quite dark as well at times.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for it. It looks interesting, but it's
Yeah.
one of those films that I think you're going to have to watch to get a general gist.
See,
of it.
Vince Vaughn's a weird one for me. Like, he's actually really talented,
Yeah,
but
it's
he's
very
just
hit and
done
miss, though.
so much shit.
Yeah, it's just really hit and miss. I mean, he was in like Old School's really good.
Jurassic Park 2.
Jurassic Park 2 was.
I love Jurassic Park 2. Vince Vaughn,
Yeah.
that's great. And
Oh, I forgot he was in Jurassic Park 2. He was the photographer, weren't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a blast from the past.
I know, right? And then obviously in Anchorman 2, he's just
Yeah.
he's brilliant in Anchorman 2.
What was the wedding one?
Oh, Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
That was,
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
Wedding
such a
Crashers
good
is also
film.
brilliant.
Yeah, that
When
was
he's
amazing.
tied to the bed and that guy comes up to him. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I love that film so much. Like, went to the cinema to see it. That was so good. Oh, it was also in like The Internship, which was okay.
I've not actually seen that.
Internship.
I've,
Yeah.
Oh,
those
yes!
films-
Yeah, they work
Oh,
for
that
Google,
was.
don't they?
I really enjoyed that, especially
Yeah.
the Quidditch part.
I
The
got
Quidditch
Blu-ray,
part I
that
was
really
in
good.
stitches.
Yeah. Oh, and obviously Dodgeball was quite good.
Oh yeah, I did.
Well,
like
Dodgeball's a
Yeah.
classic now, isn't it?
Yeah, like
Although it's so weird watching Dodgeball again, and then there's that bit with Lance Armstrong, and it's just like, oh, that's so bad.
We were speaking before about True Detectives before we came on to record. He's actually going to be in the new season of True Detectives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is he going to play that? I don't think I've seen him in anything serious.
I'm not really sure. I mean, like I say, yeah, it's been mainly I've only ever seen comedy roles or rom-coms.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. But yeah, that starts filming soon, I think.
Who's with him? Who's with him in that?
Let's have
Somebody
a
else?
look.
Oh, who was it? That's going to bug me.
Let's have a look on that. Oh, yeah, Matthew McConaughey. Oh, that's the old season, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say McConaughey's out.
Is it different people for the new season? Do we know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
right.
it's doing
Different
like a
season.
serialized thing, where it's a
Right.
different story.
yeah.
Let's have a look. Vince Vaughn, Rachel McAdams, C.S. Lee. Oh, C.S. Lee is the guy from Dexter. You know, watch Dexter?
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
crazy Chinese lab guy.
Oh, he's brilliant.
Yeah, Mizuko Smith's called, isn't he? He's in it. He's so.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like the guy with him is going to be Colin Farrell.
Oh,
In,
that's-
True
oh,
Detectives.
that'd
Yeah,
be
that was it, that was
amazing.
it.
Yeah, Colin
That's pretty
Farrell
cool.
and Vince Vaughn.
Hence,
That's going to be an interesting combination.
Yeah.
Definitely, especially Colin Farrell's great. I love him. Like Seven Psychopaths is probably one of my favorite roles.
That's an
Oh, in
amazing
Bruges,
film.
That is-
in
that's
Bruges,
good.
holy shit, Colin Farrell in that movie.
What was that film that came out recently with him in as well? It was pretty good.
Total Recall.
No.
No, he said good.
Oh, right, sorry, I missed that.
He's like a hitman, I think, in it. And
Oh,
his
Dead Man Down.
family's- Dead Man Down, that's the one.
Brilliant movie.
That is a great movie.
I don't think I've seen that one. I'll have to look at
It's
that
on
one.
Netflix, Sean.
Oh, really?
It's on
Oh, so
Netflix.
I'll have a look after this then.
Yeah, watch that. If you haven't seen it, that's the recommendation for the week, everyone listening.
Sweet.
Dead Man Down.
It's on
Fantastic.
Netflix. You can start your trial at www.netflix.com/The Mighty Duck Podcast. No, we don't have a
No, you
sponsor,
can't.
but Netflix get on that.
We need our 10%.
Yeah.
Please.
We should have a look at that.
No,
Yeah, you should tweet him, say get us on there, get us a discount
Yeah.
code.
Hashtag Duckflix.
Duckflix. That's how it works, you just stick duck in front of everything.
Oh, yeah.
Turn it into something of ours.
Yeah, that's how we mark our. Oh my god.
Just
what's it
episodes
called?
of Duck Dynasty constantly on loop. Hashtag Duckflix.
And then we've got DuckTube and DuckBook.
Well, DuckTube could be something completely.
Well, anyway, let's get out of here.
Okay.
So, has anyone got anything to plug?
I don't at the moment, but I will do shortly. So I'll leave that as a
Okay.
bit of a tease.
Bit of a tease, eh?
Yeah.
I'm working on a show currently called Out of Lives. You might
Oh,
want to
yeah.
check out my YouTube channel, Scott Sedman. There's going to be a teaser at Wednesday, and then the video will be coming soon. Also, I'm doing Topic Tuesdays and Film Fridays. So yeah, check out my YouTube channel, it's coming soon. And also follow me on Twitter, Scott Sedman94. Johan, anything to plug?
No, not really. I just wanna say thanks to like the Facebook group and everything. You know, I know it's it's been a while, but just thanks to everyone there, I suppose. But also, we just reached now, as I just noticed, we are 800 members.
Woo,
on
baby.
Farm,
That's
so
awesome.
that's pretty cool.
We've grown at about 100 members a month,
Yeah,
so...
that's pretty crazy.
As for me, I've only got to plug my Twitter, don't shoot Tawny, just follow me if you want and I'll follow you back. And my YouTube channel, Stick History, which is still not moved anywhere at the moment because I've had a lot of stuff I've been doing.
I get it, because it's a stick. No.
Yeah, it's a stick and it's history. I'm creative like that.
I just meant because it hasn't moved. Sticks don't move.
Oh, yeah, that as well. That went straight over my head. So yeah, that's about it from me. So thank you for listening, everyone. Thanks to Sean, thanks to Scott, thanks to Johan. And we'll catch you guys next week. And Duck Hunt.
Duck
Bye.
Hunt.